What's up, guys? We are back and I'm looking at some more WNBA plays in today's video over on PrizePicks. We had a very good day in the WNBA yesterday over in the DubClub. We had this entry on our taco yesterday here. We have the cash out Kelsey Mitchell in her fantasy score, Natasha Howard in her fantasy score, and we also have the taco, of course, cash there for about a 6x. We are also 4-0 in the NBA Summer League, so looking to give you guys some free play winners today over here on YouTube. We got a pretty good WNBA slate today. I'm feeling pretty good about today's play, so let's hop in and let's hopefully cash some winners. I've got 3 plays for you guys in this video here. If you guys want a third play tomorrow, be sure to leave a like on this video here. If we get to 175 likes, I'll drop a third play in tomorrow's video for you guys. And while you're down and leaving a like, you may as well subscribe with the bell on as well so that we can get in on the future videos when I post them before the lines get bumped to get removed. And the final thing before you get to the free plays is to check out the DubClub if you have not already. The DubClub is available for 50% off until about Friday, I believe, because the MLB comes back on Friday. So with it being the All-Star break, I'm offering the 50% off your first month for today and tomorrow only. It'll go back to 25% off on Friday. So do kind of keep that in mind. If you want to get in the DubClub, right now is the time to do so. And we had a pretty good day yesterday. Like I said, we cashed out our NBA Summer League and our taco pair right there. Only a couple entries yesterday, and we were able to cash a lot of profit between the 3x there and the 6x right there. But when you join the DubClub, the first thing I recommend you do is connect your Discord to DubClub. That way you get access to all the premium channels over in my Discord. That includes my 6-man slips, my bankroll builders, my underdog streaks, which by the way, we are on the 4th leg. Just posted my most recent leg for the streak already into the Discord. You'll see my community chat, talk to me and other members, as well as all my contributors' plays. Asmi's post golf plays, emo is WNBA, Elo is soccer, third one is tennis, and Nerd Alert is some esports plays. And by the way, we'll be coming back with some MLB 6-mans very soon, coming on Friday. We've been killing it on these 6-mans pretty much all year, and I'm looking to stay cashing with some more winners over in the DubClub for the rest of the MLB season, like we've been doing the entire first half of the season. We've been cashing those out. So come join the DubClub if you have not already. The link will be available in my description. Only today and tomorrow it is available for 50% off of your first month. You can actually get 60% off if you choose the 3-month option. Again, that's going to go back to like 25% and 50% back on Friday. So I've got a 6x entry loaded up for you guys today on PrizePicks. Let's get to the plays and hopefully let's end up cashing these. It's going to be this for the 6:30 games today on this WNBA slate. Make sure you play responsibly and at your own risk. Make sure that you also leave a like on the video and subscribe if you have not already. With those notifications on, let's get to these plays. The first play on the PrizePicks board for tonight's slate is going to be over in the fantasy score category, and I'm going to scroll down until we can find that 6:30 game here, or 7:30 really, between the Liberty and the Fever. The first play is going to be Brianna Stewart over 40.5 fantasy score. If you're on another app out there, what I actually like for Stewart is just going to be her points or her PRA. I think she's in a great spot for pretty much all categories today, but I just went with the fantasy score on PrizePicks, and you'll kind of see why in a little bit here. But Stewart has had a pretty good year this year, kind of overall, especially as of late in like the last couple of games here, like the last 6 games or so. But she's been over this in 8 out of 20 games this year. But the Liberty are a pretty good spot against the Fever today, who are probably going to be without Caitlin Clark. In games where they win this year, she has been pretty good, over in 43%, but as they win by more and more points, the hit rate tends to get a little bit better depending on the point total there. At home, she's been slightly better as well. And also, a lot of the games earlier this year, she just did not see like 30-plus minutes. She's been playing, close to 35 minutes a game recently. So if you factor in games where she plays at least 30 minutes there, the hit rate gets a lot better. Wins when she plays at least 30 minutes, over in 63%. So you can kind of just filter out a lot of the garbage games out of there because she's in a much different situation than she was earlier in the year. And she still should end up seeing, at least 30 minutes, hopefully, in this game today. Last time she played the Fever was back about a month ago or so, and she played about 38 minutes in that game where they actually lost to the Fever. They're expected to win this time around, and they were also on the road. But in that game, she happened to shoot about 47%, and she also missed a couple of free throws in that game there. So if she makes 2 out of those 4 free throws that she missed, she goes over that line. So not really super worried about her missing last time against the Liberty. But overall, I think she's in a pretty good spot for just a couple of those reasons there. But what we're going to do with the WNBA today here is actually go with a teammate on the over as well, just to kind of get a little bit of correlation into the mix today. Because if the Liberty have a good game, I'm expecting hopefully both these players to go off. I'm going with Natasha Cloud here over her fantasy score at 22.5 on the PrizePicks board here. I think they're both in a very good spot. So Cloud has been over her fantasy score in about 58% of games this year. In games where they win, she has been pretty damn good, over in 54%. But like I kind of touched on with Stewart, she gets better as they win by more and more points. And they are 9.5-point favorites at the end of the day here. She has been seeing a lot more minutes than she was a little bit earlier in the year. She's consistently seen at least 27 minutes in 4 straight games now. So if you factor in games where she's played at least 24, she's been over in 60% of games, at least when they win right there, as you can see. So overall, you even have games here too, though, where they might have lost in some of these games, but she still had like 30 minutes, 34 minutes, like that, for example. So they both went over on the 3rd and the 29th, as you can see here, which is where some of the correlation kind of lies. WNBA is not like it's correlated as other sports out there, but it is to an extent if you kind of choose the right players. Like you saw it a lot yesterday, and I was able to catch that 6x yesterday. So long as you're hitting the pair, it's some pretty decent value, I would say. See here, though, that they both went over on the 3rd and the 29th against the Sparks and the Dream here. Stewart went crazy. She had 48 and 47 in fantasy score, while Cloud also went crazy. She had about 35 and 31 fantasy score. And what's funny is that they actually lost both of these games here. And I really do kind of believe that this is a pretty good matchup for her, or for both of them, really, against the Fever in this game here. Cloud actually had a massive game against them last time, or not last time, but back on May 24th. The most recent game, though, she fell just short, just like Stewart did, with about 20.7. So what I'm really thinking here is that either both of these players go over or both of them go under, kind of depending on the game that Liberty has as a whole. But, of course, they do both still have to kind of do their part. It's not really like correlation like the MLB is. But at the end of the day, I think it's not too bad of a spot. I think there's a little bit of value here on the over by taking both of these two on the overs of their fantasy score, as long as we're able to get that pair correct. And of course, Liberty do have a good game, and they both go over. Before we get to that pair, though, if you have not already seen DK Pick 6, it's a newer app from DK, and it actually has some pretty good promos for not only new users, but current users. Right now, we have some discounts here with Aja Wilson discounted to 17.5 points, as well as another discount here down from 21.5 to 18.5 points. So, well, these players pretty good spots with some nice little discounts that DK is offering on a pretty solid WNBA slate. So if you want to get DK Pick 6 for yourself, use it with the link in my description. Use my promo code DOMG when signing up. Link will be available in my description. And now getting back to my other play here, it's going to be the pair today. I'm really liking this one here. It's going to be Aari McDonald over 13.5 points plus assists today. I'm kind of feeling that Caitlin Clark is not going to play today. She had a groin injury very late in yesterday's game. It's kind of a little bit interesting. I'm kind of thinking Caitlin Clark doesn't play. I don't think they're going to try to push it with her being on a back-to-back here. I think Aari McDonald is going to be in a great spot here without Caitlin Clark potentially. And like I said earlier, this entry would pay out 6x if all are correct. It is all in the same game here. So I don't think the Fever necessarily have a good game. I think McDonald should be able to put in a decent amount of work here. She's actually been over her points and assists in only 4 out of her last 10 games here, and only 42% of games this year. However, without Caitlin Clark playing, she's been over in 5 out of 8 here with at least 12 in all 8 games, as you can see here. And she's actually seen even more minutes in the last 2 games she's played without Caitlin Clark, as you see. I like her points a lot, but I love factoring the assists here. As you can see, she's had 8 and 7 in her last 2 games without Clark. She's had a game with 6 assists. She had a game with 5 assists there. So I think there's a lot of upside taking both her points and her assists in this spot here. The most recent game she missed was due to bad shooting. She shot 2 for 9. If she shoots 3 for 9 in that game, she covers this line. Just one more basket made, and she covers in that game. In this game here, she actually happened to miss 2 free throws, and she shot 2 for 7 in that game. This game was kind of just a bad performance from her overall. It was kind of a little bit of a blowout spot too, and they only scored 74 points. Really weird game. Also was one of, if not the toughest matchup in the WNBA, and she still hooked that line there. So overall, I think she's in a great spot. I think this is an ultimate value line if Clark does indeed not play. Of course, not guaranteed that Caitlin Clark does not play, but overall, I think McDonald's in a pretty good spot if Caitlin Clark does indeed not play, like I'm kind of expecting tonight. Again, you can get all of my entries and all of my plays available over in the DubClub. It is 50% off today and tomorrow only. Then it's going right back down to about 25%. It's a massive discount. You also get 60% off for the next 3 months if you use the link in my description as well. And that includes my best package, by the way. Like that one, the discount is for the best package. Includes Discord chat, all my plays, all sports, everything. We've been cashing 6 bands left and right in the MLB, which again comes back on Friday. Really excited for that. We've also been 4-0 in the NBA Summer League so far, and we also cashed that 6x yesterday over in the WNBA as well. So come join us in the Discord. Go get in on all those plays by joining the DubClub. It's available in my description. Go get that discount. I should also mention that you could actually get a free month of my DubClub if you happen to use promo code DOMG on an app that I'm affiliated with. So take a screenshot and send that to domgpropsvip@gmail.com, and I could send you back a free month of my DubClub. But thank you for watching. So for the next video, best of luck. If you want to make over $5,000 of profit on PrizePicks, you can watch this video on your screen right here.